How is it going then, everybody? I hope you're all doing very well. Welcome back to another video here on our channel. I'm the FIFA Analyst, and today I'm going to be giving you some elite tips to defend better inside the box. Defending this year, a lot of people are struggling with, so hopefully we'll be able to provide you with the tips and tricks to stop conceding goals in Weekend League. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 100,000 subscribers, so any support is greatly appreciated. And all the socials are down below in the description box if you are interested. So defending on FIFA 21, why is it so hard? Jockeying seems to have a bit of a change in the animation, which makes it a little bit harder for people to kind of stick to an opponent. So it's just made it a little bit more difficult this year, which is good because obviously defending is where a skill gap can come into it. Now I will be doing separate defending videos on different elements and areas of the pitch, on second man press, how you can close lanes and so on. But for today, we are looking inside the box. So I just thought I'd jump into a skill game to show you what sort of buttons I'm pressing first of all. We have got a PlayStation controller on the screen for you here. We're going to be using the L2 button mostly throughout our defending inside the box, which is the jockey button, okay? On Xbox, that's the L2 button. We do also use the sprint button, R2, RT on Xbox, and I use this if I ever need to catch up to an opponent and then I let go of it. And sometimes, say if I do a quick turn, I may tap it and feather it slightly to give myself a bit of a speed boost, but I don't hold it down all the time. If you are having core defending issues and you are overshooting, you know, the opponent turns and you end up running to the other end of the box, it's because you're holding the sprint button down too much. So lay off it. You don't want to hold it down loads, but if opponent makes a quick turn or a skill move, you are going to need to feather that sprint button to keep up with them. Because if not, you are just going to get left. So it's finding the right balance, and hopefully we can show you how to do that today for you. So we're going to go through a few examples and show you exactly what we can do. So the first thing we want to take a look at when defending in the box is identifying the key issues, you know, the highlighting who are the danger mans, where do we need to focus on. And as you can see in this particular example, Gomez doesn't need to worry about Mendy on the ball. Mendy's not a massive threat here. The passes into the box are. So we go and we cover the Dembele pass which is coming through. Identifying Dembele is the key danger man. We want to cover him as quick as we can, so we just keep an eye of where the space is and what we should do. Now you can see here, the opponent's going to make his way into the box. I've already switched the long lane. I'm already covering it. Now, I'm not doing anything spectacular here. I'm holding the L2 button. I was covering the man that was across. I then switch. He does quite well with a Lacko Keta, and now I need to recover. He beat me at my right back. I need to think about what is the key danger man. And the danger man is the man inside the box. So I switch to my long lane and I want to block off that passing lane. Not focusing so much on the ball, but focusing on where the other threats are. Because again, the opponent can't score from where he was. He needed to lay it off. So using the L2 button to put myself into that passing lane and cover off that. Now I describe defending as like areas on the pitch, like grids. And we've got grids of a right centre-back and a left centre-back. What you don't really want to do is pull across grid number 1 into 2. So your right centre-back into the left centre-back. You can see here, this is the perfect distance that we've got between the ball holder and the defender. We're not touch tight that he can turn us easily, but we're not so far away that he can just run at us and make it easy for him. So going back to the point of the grids, make sure your right centre-back in grid number 1 stays in number 1 and your left centre-back stays in grid number 2. You don't want to overlap them. You don't want to be showing them, you know, right centre-back goes over to the left centre-back and you lose your team shape. You can see here, the team shape is perfect. The right centre-back's in grid number 1, the left centre-back's in grid number 2. And you can see here, he's got a chance for a possible 1-2. Neymar might be looking at making that run in behind. You have a choice to either close the angle down or trap the runner. I see a lot of people just let the ball holder have all the time in the world. We close down the angle, we run into him with the L2 button, and we win the ball back. And you might be going, you haven't used a tackle button. I'll go on that in just a second. As we take a look at this example here, opponent moving the ball around really well. He goes into a fake shot stop. Thinking about what are the strong things on FIFA. A skill move chain of a fake shot stop Lacko Keta is really strong this year. So we just stood there. I didn't predict which way he was going. I reacted to the way that he went. And that's what I did. Nice and simple. Just looking at this again, you can now see Lucas comes through and he does a fake shot. Knowing that animations is key, the fake shot stop into the La Croqueta, then this animation of the fake shot, they stick their arms out like scarecrows is how I like to explain it. I know he's doing a fake shot and he's going that way. That's how that animation looks. So I then can run into him with just the L2 button and I win the ball back nice and comfortable. Knowing animations is such a big deal when it comes to defending in the box. I've always explained defending as an art. The best defenders in the world are completely different to your average FIFA player. They can be aggressive, they know what works and what doesn't work in scenarios, so they can predict more. For us average FIFA players, we want to react to what the opponent does, not be proactive. And that might sound a bit contradicting. You might go, well, why would you do that? As you can see here, Martial down on the wing, he probably should go for the pass across to Rashford. I've got the perfect distance though. I'm about, what, a yard away? Not really that far. I'm not that far, but I'm not too close either. So if he does a drag back, I'm looking at the animation. I know which way he's going. I then step in and win the ball back. And going back to the point with regards to being, reacting and not being proactive, what I find from coaching FIFA on a daily basis is that your average FIFA player will try and predict the skill move, try and predict what the opponent is going to do. They don't really have the knowledge to know what works in every scenario. You can start to learn animations and know that a fake shot stop La Croqueta is strong, but a problem is that the fake shot stop La Croqueta has two exit points. It can go that way, it can go that way. If you guess that way and he goes that way, he's got past you way too easily. So stand your ground, stay goal side, don't pull your players out of shape, and if you can do that inside the box, as you can see here, I'm predominantly just using the L2 button. I'm switching around using the L1, the LB button to switch, and then I'll use a right stick, which I'll do that in a separate video for you. And I'm just trying to keep up with the opponent. I'm not trying to do anything too spectacular. Now, if they turn and they've got no passes on, then put the pressure on. Try and get the ball off them, but you have to be very mindful of it. And you have to think about things more logically. So often, I just see people hold that sprint button, run into the opponent, get dusted, and then they go and score a goal. Maintain the team shape. Keep yourself goal side. Don't press the tackle button in panic. This year, I haven't mentioned it yet, but it is very true. If you can maintain your team shape inside your box and keep your centre-backs where they're meant to be by just holding the L2 button, by sometimes not even controlling, like you saw there with Longley, AI blocks are so strong. As long as you've got a defender goal side, you will have a very solid chance at blocking that ball and stopping the shot going in on goal. And that's such an easy way to defend. And that's why this year defending is a little bit, the jockeying's the hard element, but getting the AI blocks in and whatnot is relatively easy, So that's what we need to be doing. That's what we need to try and focus on. And if we can do that, I can guarantee you will see much better results. You'll stop conceding as many goals and you'll be very, very happy with your FIFA performances so far. So to recap, use the L2 button to jockey. You want to use a sprint button when you need to keep up that little bit of speed, that little bit of pace, but predominantly the L2 will do quite well. You don't want to press the tackle button unless it's a last resort. You've got nothing else on and you just know that you've got to try something, then you would press the tackle button, but very rarely do I tend to use it unless I'm 100% sure where it is. Focus on animations. Look at the skill animations. When you can learn them to know where they're going, you will have lots of joy. Keep your guys goal side. Keep the team shape where you want it to be. And don't pull every single man out of position. And keep them goal side and you will be okay. That is going to be it for the video. If you enjoyed, give it a big like. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.